Today on the Jewish calendar is an interesting, unique day. It is the second of Sivan, the day after Rosh Chodesh Sivan. And you'll notice that this morning in Shul we omitted Tachanun. The reason being is that today's day is known as what's called Yom Hameyuchas, the day which is connected, which has yichus, as we like to say. And the question becomes, what is this yichus of the day? It is most common understood that the reason it is Yom Hameyuchas is it is because it is linked to Rosh Chodesh, which was yesterday, and to the Shloshes Yemei Hagbala, which begins tonight and tomorrow, the 3 days prior to Shavuos, which correspond to the 3 days of which Klal Yisrael prepared for Matan Torah at the time of receiving the Torah. And as a result, being sandwiched between two such significant days of Rosh Chodesh and the first of the Shloshes Yemei Hagbala, the second day by its surroundings of Sivan are uplifted and get special significance because of its yichus, because of what it is surrounded by, because of what it is connected to, and as a result, there is no tachanun, and we give it this unique day. Rav Soloveitchik, it is said in the name of Rav Soloveitchik that who has a question on this halacha, because we know that there's a machlokas as to which day the Jews received the Torah. Was it the 6th or was it the 7th of Sivan? And the machlokas really was not about when the Shloshes Yemei Hagbala began, but rather that everyone agrees it was the 4th and the 5th, and the question is whether or not whether or not there was a third day, whether or not Moshe was Mosif Yom Echad Midaita, whether Moshe added 1 day of preparation time before receiving the Torah. But that whole question is only the question of whether he added the 6th. Certainly he did not argue and begin the Shlosh Yemei Hagbala earlier. And so as a result, why is it really the Shlosh Yemei Hagbala, according to everyone, don't begin until the 4th? And therefore, Yom Hameyuchas really is not connected to the 3 days, the Shlosh Yemei Hagbala, at all. Explains Rav Soloveitchik as follows. He says, we know that prior to receiving the Torah, the Maila, the greatness of the Jewish people was they were ki ish echad b'lev, there was tremendous unity with which we approached Matan Torah to be able to get the Torah. Even though we have machlokas, even though we have psak, suggests Rav Soloveitchik that in the calendar, in the Jewish calendar, the Chazal incorporated this concept to add that third day, that even though we paskin like the Rabbanan, we observe Shavuos starting on the 6th of Sivan, and therefore it would make sense to only observe 2 days of Hagbala in order to give significance to the opinion of Rabbi Yossi. We begin the Shlosh Yemei Hagbala on the 3rd day. So that's why we begin the Shlosh Yemei Hagbala and we observe them on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th days of Sivan. And therefore, it is in fact true that this day, the second day of Sivan, is sandwiched between what we observe as Rosh Chodesh and what we observe as the Shloshes Yemei Hagbala, the 3 days prior to Shavuos, prior to Matan Torah. And as a result, this second day is the Yom Hameyuchas, sandwiched between these significant days, and Chazal, in their great sensitivity, suggest that as a result of its surroundings, this day is uplifted and is given this halachic significance that we also do not say tachanun today. Many lessons to be learned also, not only from halachic realm, but also about the sensitivity Chazal had of giving the chashivas to such a day based off its surroundings, that we are uplifted by our surroundings around us, as well as this fact that they considered, perhaps, at least according to this idea said in the name of Rav Soloveitchik, that they consider the opinion of Rabbi Yossi to go the extra mile before Shavuos, before Kabbalah Satorah, to make sure we have increased achdus and love and unity amongst Klal Yisrael.